Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever met someone who just seems completely unfazed by what other people think of them? They wear what they want, say what they mean, and pursue their passions without a second thought for outside opinions. It's a quality many of us admire, and maybe even envy a little. But have you ever wondered what's really going on inside their heads? Is it a superpower, a personality trait, or something deeper? Today, we're diving into the fascinating psychology of people who genuinely don't care what others think. And stick around, because we'll also explore how you can cultivate a little more of this healthy independence in your own life. First, let's clear up a common misconception. Not caring what others think doesn't mean being rude, arrogant, or a bad listener. It's not about bulldozing over people's feelings or ignoring constructive feedback. Truly independent thinkers actually differentiate between valuable input and meaningless noise. They're not against feedback. They're just not controlled by the fear of judgment. The key difference is their source of validation. While many people look outward for approval, from friends, family, or social media, these individuals have a strong internal validation system. Their sense of self-worth isn't tied to likes, compliments, or external praise. It comes from within. So, what psychological traits make this possible? A big one is having a strong sense of self-awareness. People who are unfazed by external opinions usually know themselves incredibly well. They've taken the time to understand their own values, principles, and what truly matters to them in life. They've defined their own version of success and happiness. When you have a clear inner compass, you're less likely to be swayed by the shifting winds of public opinion. If you know your core values are honesty and kindness, it won't bother you if someone calls you too nice. You're not living by their rule book, you're living by yours. This self-knowledge acts as an anchor, keeping them stable even in stormy social seas. Another critical component is high self-esteem, but it's a specific kind. It's not the loud, chest-thumping kind of confidence that needs to announce its own greatness. It's a quiet, stable belief in one's own worth and competence. This isn't about thinking you're perfect or better than everyone else. It's about accepting yourself, flaws and all. It's the belief that you are inherently worthy, regardless of your achievements or how others perceive you. People with this foundational self-esteem don't need others to tell them they're okay because they already believe it themselves. Their worth isn't a variable in an equation that depends on external input. It's a constant. This leads us to a powerful psychological concept, the internal locus of control. People with an internal locus of control believe that they are the primary drivers of their own lives. They believe their actions and decisions shape their outcomes. On the flip side, someone with an external locus of control feels that their life is dictated by outside forces, luck, fate, or the opinions of powerful people. When you truly believe you're in the driver's seat of your own life, the opinions of your passengers become less important. You're the one steering. You know where you're going. You might listen to their suggestions, but ultimately, the final decision is yours. This mindset fosters a sense of personal responsibility and power, reducing the need for external approval. Now let's talk about the fear of rejection. This is a huge primal fear hardwired into our brains from our evolutionary past, when being ostracized from the tribe meant almost certain death. For many of us, this ancient software is still running in the background, making us terrified of being disliked or disapproved of. People who don't care what others think haven't necessarily deleted this software, but they've updated it. They've learned to manage this fear. They understand that rejection is not a reflection of their total worth. They realize that not everyone is going to like them, and that's perfectly okay. They focus on finding their tribe, the people who accept and appreciate them for who they are, rather than trying to win over the entire world. They've accepted the mathematical certainty that you can't please everyone, so they focus on pleasing the person who matters most, themselves. So, how do we get a little more of this psychological freedom? It's not about flipping a switch overnight. It's a practice. It starts with small steps. The first step is self-exploration. Take some time to really think about your own values. What is most important to you in life? Honesty? Creativity? Security? Adventure? Write them down. When you're clear on your values, it becomes much easier to make decisions that align with them, regardless of what's popular. For example, if you value creativity, you'll feel more confident wearing that quirky outfit you love, even if it's not on trend. You're not dressing for others. You're dressing to express a core part of yourself. Next, start practicing self-validation. At the end of each day, instead of thinking about what you did wrong or who you might have disappointed, acknowledge one thing you did that you are proud of, simply because you did it. Maybe you finally started that project, or you were kind to a stranger, or you held a boundary with someone. Celebrate your own efforts and your own character. Be your own cheerleader. The more you practice validating yourself, the less you'll crave it from external sources. It's like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Another powerful technique is to deliberately take small social risks. This is about gently expanding your comfort zone. Wear something slightly out of your usual style. Voice a polite but differing opinion in a low-stakes conversation. Go to a movie or a restaurant alone. The goal is to collect evidence that the sky doesn't fall when you step outside the lines. You'll begin to notice that most people are too preoccupied with their own lives to pay much attention to you. And even if someone does have a negative opinion, you'll learn that you can survive it. You'll prove to yourself that rejection isn't fatal. This process, known as exposure therapy, gradually desensitizes you to the fear of judgment. Also, be very intentional about who you surround yourself with. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." If your inner circle is constantly judging others, gossiping, or obsessed with appearances, it will be incredibly difficult to break free from that mindset. Seek out people who are supportive, who celebrate authenticity, and who have their own strong sense of self. Being around people who model this behavior makes it feel more normal and achievable. Their confidence and independence will be contagious. Finally, remember the spotlight effect. This is the psychological tendency to overestimate how much other people notice our appearance or behavior. We often feel as though a spotlight is following us, highlighting our every flaw and mistake for the world to see. But the reality is, everyone is the star of their own movie. They're more concerned with the spotlight they imagine is on them. Realizing this is incredibly liberating. That tiny mistake you made that you've been replaying in your head all day, chances are nobody else even noticed, or if they did, they forgot about it seconds later. Giving yourself this grace is a huge step toward freedom. Living a life that isn't dictated by the opinions of others is one of the most freeing experiences you can have. It allows you to pursue your authentic passions, build genuine relationships, and live in alignment with your deepest values. It's not about being selfish or isolated. It's about being self-directed and secure. It's about building a foundation of self-worth so strong that no outside opinion can shake it. It's a journey, not a destination, but it's a journey worth taking. What do you think? Is this a trait you admire or one you struggle with? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content on psychology and self-development. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.